Take one. Hey guys, Yankee Picker here. I had no intentions of making a video tonight, but I decided to just make a video. And this is a very spontaneous video. And the reason is because I was sitting in my backyard, I had a beautiful bonfire going, and I have no kids, no wife tonight, and it's just me with my thoughts, and my thoughts turn to you guys. And I had a couple things on my mind that I wanted to share with you. And that is, and it's more directed towards some of the new people that are coming on. And I realized very recently there's still a whole lot of new people coming into this scene. And I want to share a couple things with you. And I hope you appreciate it. And that is, if you're starting to wonder if you can be a picker, if you're starting to wonder if you can buy things and sell them at a profit, if you're worried about being a seller, I want to put all those things behind you. And the reason for that is that this business caters itself to all sorts of personalities. And anybody who's out there in the community, who's been out there picking and selling, anybody who considers themselves a picker, anybody who considers themselves a seller, will know what I'm talking about. There are all sorts of people, and you can be too. And the beauty of it is, it just puts a little extra money in your pocket. And I was thinking about tonight. I was thinking about Wheeler, Dealer, and I don't know, X Factor, I think the guy's name is. They started off with $1. $1, and that's all you really need to get going in this is $1. You need to buy something and just resell it. And you have that. The beauty of this business is that you can do that at your own pace. So if you haven't checked them out, 1 to 50K, that's 1 to 50K, please go check them out, because the real lesson in that whole experiment, social experiment, is that you don't have to have a lot of money to get started. You can make some money with what you have around you. And you can actually get stuff for free and just resell it. So I know it takes a different type of personality. It takes a personality to buy. It takes a personality to haggle sometimes. Some people aren't comfortable with it. It takes a personality to be a seller. Some people aren't comfortable with that. But what I'm here to tell you is that you can do this, and you can make this business work for you and your personality. You don't have to have direct sales with people face to face. You can sell on Craigslist. You can sell at auction houses around you. You can sell on eBay. You can sell on Etsy. You can sell on Amazon. You don't need that direct face-to-face contact with people that sell. I mean, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but what I do for a full-time living is I am a purchaser. I buy things. I am a corporate purchaser for $1 billion company. And my company has entrusted me with spending millions and millions of dollars every year, and they trust me to make the right decisions. Now, I do that as a living, but there are so many people out there that do that every single day. There are housewives. There are cheap gut pricks like me who just won't spend an extra dollar on something they don't have to, and they research what they're buying. They cut coupons. They look at alternatives. They call different stores to find the cheapest deal that you can possibly get. Well, guess what? You're a professional purchaser. That's what purchasers do, and I enjoy doing that. I love saving money. I love the fact that what really gets me going is when I've bought a specific commodity for so many years, and I think that I have the rock bottom price, and then something gets into me, and I bring in all the salesmen, and I just lay into them and say, you know what? It ain't freaking good enough for me. It ain't freaking good enough, and that's what you have to do. And I know a lot of you people do it already. You're out there and you're cutting coupons, and you're saying, or if you're out at a flea market, you you're not happy with the price that you see, and you question it. Why is it that price? So, let me retract a little bit, but we all have that ability to be a really great purchaser or a really great salesman. We all have that ability. So don't be timid. If you're a new person into this business, don't be timid about buying something. Don't spend your life savings, but go ahead and spend $5, $10, $1, $10, $20, whatever you feel comfortable with that you can afford to lose. It's kind of like gambling, and I'm not a gambler. I love gambling, but I'm just not in a position to expend my. I don't have that luxury of being able to spend that kind of money on it. So, but it is a gamble. But in this day and age, it's really not. Because I got to tell you, and you can talk to any of the guys that are out there in the community right now, they're going to tell you that there's very few situations where they lost their shirt. And the reason that they're still in it is because those things are so far and few between that, and the profits they make on sales far exceed any kind of risk. And in this day and age of technology, if you start off slow and methodical, there is no reason why you should ever buy something at a loss. Okay, you're never going to sell anything at a loss because you have the luxury of having the internet. If you see something at a store, a thrift store, an estate sale, you have the luxury of going home, getting on your iPhone, getting on your iPad, looking it up and seeing if it's a worthwhile purchase. And then you have to take that risk of leaving that situation and going back and seeing if it's still there. But you have the opportunity to actually go back and research something and go buy it for a profit. And you can sell it for a profit. Where it gets a little tricky is later on, much later on, with folks like myself and so many of you guys out there that, we don't have the luxury. We just go on our gut feeling because we know that we can buy something. We see it, we feel it, we know that it's underpriced. We know there's profit on that. We know we can turn it around because either we have the network, which will come if you're a newbie. The network is a very important thing in this business. I've said many times, but you're going to know that you can resell it. Okay? So that's the first point I wanted to make in my spontaneous video. Second point is, if you're a newbie and you're thinking about getting into this business, I see a lot of comments recently on different channels I've been on that are asking people, and I can just tell by the questions and the tone of the questions that you guys are very new to this and you're still coming into it. It might be from the TV shows. I don't know. I don't really I try to watch it. I try to keep up with it, but to be honest with you, I have a hard time staying, on top of all the new stuff that comes out because there's just so much of it, and I'm a busy guy. That's the facts. So, but, I can tell by the tone of the questions that there are so many still people coming into this business, and you might not know me, and you might not know the community, but we are all here to help you. We are really we might call it the picking community, we might call it the militia, we might call it a bunch of different things, but there's a whole host of people out here. Paper Castles, O-Unit Productions, Redneck Picker, Vintage Fetcher, Terminal 99, the Yard Sales Guru, Survivor, Yard Sale Survivor. There's so many of us out here, and there's so many beyond that. The Highland Picker, Global Voodoo. There's so many. And forgive me. I'm not trying to shout at anybody right now. And if I didn't mention your name, please don't take offense to it. My point is that you have such a vital community there available to you to learn from. So that's number 2. Number 3, if you're thinking about getting into this community and you're not sure, or you start to talk to people, and this happens in everyday life with so many people, and that is that you have people around you that you might get excited about. You might say, hey, look, I saw this show. or I found this YouTube channel about this guy who's, just goes to flea markets, estate sales, and barn sales, whatever it is, and he buys crap, and he buys crap and sells antiques, and that's great, and you're excited about it. And then there's that person in your life, and we all have them. They have failed, or they're cynical in their lives, and they'll just chop you down. They're going to chop you down, and they're going to say, well, that can't happen. You can't do that. You're not going to make a living. Okay. Well, this is what I'm here to tell you. Okay. There are people in life that are going to try to put you down, and they're going to try to screw you into thinking that life is taking a challenge, jumping off a cliff, being an entrepreneur. And that's what this is. That's really what this is if you're watching this video, you probably have an entrepreneurial spirit and you want to do something for yourself. And this is the best way to start off and do something for yourself. And you do it small, and you do it with little risk. Now, getting back to those people who want to give you a full cavity search in your ideas. What you need to do is just cut them out. You need to block them out. You need to overlook them. You need to do it for yourself. Don't worry about what they're thinking about you. You don't have to be somebody you're not. Brent or Unit Productions, if you haven't seen it. You need to be yourself. And I've always tried to be myself, and a lot of people have, but there's so many people who don't. They're too worried about what other freaking people think about them. And you know what I think about them? They are vermin. The people who are trying to cut you down, it's kind of sad for their own sake, but they're vermin. Do you know what you do with vermin? Let me show you what you do with vermin. Okay. This is what you do with vermin. All right? You need to get them out of your life, not to let them control your life. You need to pop them, get them out of your head. You need to just take them out of your life. All right? That's what you do with vermin. And I think about people like that very much the same way. I have no sympathy for them. I'm not going to let them keep me down, and I hope you don't either. That's one of the third point I wanted to make tonight while I was sitting by my beautiful bonfire and with my thoughts. And I want so many of you guys to just take that little chance, take that little risk. Take $1, $10, $20, whatever your wife or your husband or your mom or your dad allows you to have, your little allowance that's yours. Take that money. Go and buy something. Go to a thrift store. Go to an estate sale. Go to auctionzip.com. Find an estate sale in your neighborhood. Go to storage auctions. You can find storage auctions near your neighborhood. I wouldn't go that far right away, but go to a flea market. Talk to your neighbors. Call friends. Ask people that when you're sitting in the garage, having a drink, talking to them, say, hey, that pile of crap over there, what are you going to do with that? I'm not going to do nothing. Can I have it? Great. You want $5 for it? Great. If it's family, give them money for it. There's stuff there's on the side of the road. When you're driving down the road, there's crap on the side of the road. Get something. Take something. Buy something. Whatever you invest, whether it's $1 or $100, do what's comfortable for you, and then try to sell it. When you make $50, you're going to feel good about it. If you make $100, you're going to feel better about it. And then go to the next item. That's it. It's that freaking simple. There's no risk. Just do it. Get out there and do it. And for God's sakes, please, don't let vermin keep you from mentally doing what you need to do to feel good about yourself, to provide for your family, to provide for yourself, to take a risk, to not listen to somebody else, not be controlled by somebody else. All right, there's four things I actually wanted to say. Have you ever had a really, 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 really awesome dinner or supper? And it was like, you know, you had high expectations for it, and you sit there and you consume the food, and it is absolutely everything you wanted. And then it is so good that your stomach says, please, no more. But you have to go back for more because your tongue keeps saying and your brain keeps saying, I want more, I want more, I want more. Well, that's what happens on every Monday night from 7:30 to 9:30 on Trash Talking Treasures, O Unit Productions, with Brent. He has wonderful guests who talk about the community, talk about picking, talk about different aspects of picking, and brings in some really cool personalities. And Trash Talking Treasures takes place from 7:30 to 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then, you know, when you go back to that second helping, you know, like I was talking about, that really cool thing, that's what happens from 8:30 to 9:30 with myself and O Unit Productions, sometimes hopefully Warwick Warrior, Wally. There's so many cool people that are going to be joining this whole community, and it's really took off. And I hope you guys watch it on Monday nights and Tuesday nights with Brent and Paul from Warwick Warriors. They have a really cool show that's very educational, and they try to bring in some new stuff. So I hope you guys watch it. I hope you're gluttons for more. You know, when you eat that first plate, you're going to want some more. Please put your kids to bed before the second helping on Monday night. You know, I love getting my kids involved with picking and selling, and I encourage them to do it. But I don't want them to watch the second helping, and I hope your kids don't either. And we don't want to offend anybody, but we just want to let loose. We're going to do some beer reviews. Brent's going to do some tea reviews. I don't know what kind of review I'm going to do, but I'm definitely going to drink some beer. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to let loose. I'm going to be myself. So is Brent. So is Wally. And it's a good time, and I hope you guys watch. And I think that's about it for my spontaneous video tonight. So hope you guys are well. I care about you. If you're coming new to the community, please take the risk. This is a wonderful business to actually be a business. You can take that risk without a whole lot of risk. So I hope you do. So guys, if you're new to this community, I hope you keep watching. Hope you subscribe. Hope you watch some of the other guys that I favorited. Just do some searches. You know, you're going to find who's important and who's educational and who's not. If you're already a part of the community, take care, guys. Work hard, play hard, and we'll talk to you soon.